Hey guys, this is Jonathan, a Disney and 64 Zoolane fan 2020 here, and today I'm gonna do a movie review. Yep, another movie review, but this time it's on Pinocchio. Came in the year of 1940. So basically, what the plot is, you got this toy maker named Geppetto, and he makes this puppet and cute puppet, and he names him Pinocchio. And then one night, Geppetto wishes upon a star and wishes that Pinocchio might be a real boy. And then one night, when they all went to sleep, the blue fairy comes and gives Pinocchio life. But in order for Pinocchio to become a real boy, he must prove himself brave, truthful, and unselfish, and that someday he will be a real boy. And the blue fairy makes Jiminy Cricket Pinocchio's conscience. And, and yeah. And then later on, the next day, Pinocchio was about to go to school just like every normal kid would. Pinocchio sees a fox whose name is Honest John, and a cat named Gideon, and they encourage Pinocchio to go to the puppet show. Well, Pinocchio can become a star, and Pinocchio went to become a star at the Stromboli's show, and he sings "I Got No String," and the other puppets come and sing as well. And then afterwards, Pinocchio ended up becoming a superstar, meaning that Jiminy Cricket is leaving him. But then later on, Stromboli locked Pinocchio. After the show, Stromboli locked Pinocchio in a cage and threatens him, saying that when he grows old, he'll make a good firewood. But then Jiminy Cricket comes to the rescue, and he tries to unlock the cage, but it fails. Yeah, Jiminy Cricket comes back and tries to rescue Pinocchio, but he fails because it's locked. The cage was locked completely. But then the blue fairy comes and asks him why Pinocchio didn't went to school. Then Pinocchio tells a lie, and that's when his nose starts to grow. And after when his nose grew, Pinocchio was shocked and asked what happened. The blue fairy discusses that he hasn't been telling the truth, and saying that a lie will keep growing and growing until it's as plain as the nose on your face. He asks her for another chance, and the blue fairy gave him one last chance and said that a boy who won't be good might just as well be made of wood. And they promise to be good, and the cage is now open, and they are out of Stromboli's cage, and they left. Then we come to the scene with Honest John and Gideon and the evil coachman. Well, they are discussing that they are collecting boys to take them to Pleasure Island. Then we then we come to the scene where Honest John and Gideon encourages Pinocchio to go on a vacation to Pleasure Island. And they went to Pleasure Island where bunches of boys do lots of bad stuff like smoking, vandalizing stuff, playing pool, and drinking as well. And Pinocchio befriends a boy named Lampwick. And yes, there was also a scene where they were playing pool and Lampwick was smoking. And there was a scene where Pinocchio was smoking too. And and Jiminy Cricket tries to find Pinocchio, and when he found him, he was very furious at Pinocchio when he sees him. He was very furious at him when he saw him smoking and playing pool and says he's coming home with him. But then, later on, he leaves him after he falls into this hole in the pool. But then, when Jiminy Cricket was angrily leaving, he saw some donkeys and the coachman. And yeah, there was a scene where all the boys had turned into donkeys. And he was scared that Pinocchio might become a donkey too, so he comes back and warns Pinocchio. And Lampwick turns into a donkey too. And Pinocchio almost became a donkey, but with donkey ears and a tail. So they escaped from Pleasure Island in order for Pinocchio to not become fully a donkey. Then they went back home to find Geppetto. But note came and said Geppetto was eaten by the whale, and it's up to Pinocchio to find Geppetto. Geppetto was eaten by Monstro the whale, and it's up to Pinocchio to save his father. And he creates a plan for Monstro to sneeze. And when he finds when Pinocchio finds Geppetto, finally, he makes a plan for the Monstro, the whale, to sneeze, and it worked. And everyone was safe. Geppetto, Jiminy Cricket, Cleo, and Figaro. But Pinocchio sacrificed himself and was dead. And back at home, everyone was grieving about Pinocchio's death. But the Blue Fairy decided that he had proven himself brave, truthful, and unselfish. And she actually turns Pinocchio into a real boy. Pinocchio wakes up and tells Geppetto why is he crying, and Geppetto says that he was dead, but then all of a sudden Geppetto looks at Pinocchio and he was so joyful. Then Geppetto was so joyful because his wish came true, and there was a big celebration going on with lots of music, and everyone lived happily ever after. And Jiminy Cricket got a badge too for being a good conscience as well, and everyone had a joyful night. And that's basically what the plot is for this movie. What could I say about this movie? All I have to say is this is a classic film. I mean, it's a good movie. The animation is good and beautiful. The characters are likable, and the music is good. The plot was really good. The voice casting was good. Just everything about Disney's Pinocchio really worked. And I can't believe next year in 2020 it'll be 80 years old. It'll be 80 years since Pinocchio came out. Wow. It's hard to believe that this movie came out almost 80 years ago. So bottom line, this movie's good. Good. I give it a I mean yeah, it's good. I give it a 10 out of 10. A classic film for everyone. And that concludes my review on Pinocchio. Yep. A 10 out of 10. Good movie. Well, thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This is Jonathan, the Disney and 64 Zoolane Fan 2020 here, and I'll see you guys next time on my next video. And I'll see you guys later.